Hey there, I'm JB and it's a wonderful day to do some more Cities Skylines 2. Now it has been a couple of days, which is not the worst thing because I've been learning a lot about the game by watching other YouTubers. Also, this game had a couple of updates, which basically means the performance is even better than the last time. So the things that I have been learning is something we are going to do along the way. So the first thing that I would like to do is just pause the game and go to the pollution. Now most of our stuff is right down here and the wind will take our pollution all the way up there to Tokyo somewhere. Now there is one thing that is very bad, and that is this guy right down here. The crematorium needs to be moved up because it will also make air pollution. You know, you don't want to smell like baked bodies in the morning, so we're going to move this guy up. And we're going to move this guy up to the industrial area. So let me just find... Ooh, that was a autosave, by the way. So now we can just relocate this guy and find a nice spot, which, you know, I think this will do. That is slash is perfect. I could make this road a little bit like so, and it is even more perfect. Alright, wonderful. Now the next thing that I have been learning is that we need to mix stuff up just a little bit. So basically around the commercial zones we're going to need to take care that there are a lot of people, because commercial zones need customers, right? Which might sound logic, but if you make a ginormous commercial zone area and all the people would live on this side, they're going to have a little bit of a problem. So from this point on, I'm going to keep in mind to mix stuff up a little bit. So slowly but surely I will just also remove some buildings and then place like a, what would be nice is this medium density housing. Now also another thing which I'm going to pause is we are making minus money. And there are a couple of things what we can do in order to make it go up into plus. Now some people say the money making is actually a very easy task. I don't find it very easy, or at least at the start. Later on, you know, things are gonna go by itself, which is in Cities Skylines 1 the case too. But there are also a couple of other things, especially at the beginning, to keep in mind. So we have like this key wall going all over the place, and these are all extra roading, and these extra roading cost money. Now, this is something that I've noticed in Cities Skylines 1. If you make too many roading, it is very difficult, or at least it takes longer work to get positive money. So I'm going to need to be careful, and I'm actually glad that I've been saying we're not going to key wall this up. It is to stay natural. The forest needs water for the forest industry. But another thing that we can do already is we're going to take a look here at specialized industry. And I have been thinking, what if we would make these places along the shore into farm area? I don't think that would look even too bad, because we're going to keep in mind to go from low to high, right? That is how the area looks. Later on, what I would like to do is expand the larger big city buildings like into this area, for example. So we're going to have like a nice view from low to high, and in area wise low to high. I'm not going to make these key walls all over the place. I just want to have it here for this special project. Now we already unlocked specialized industry, which is a chicken farm and or a stone mine. Now in this case what we can do also is look at natural resources, and then we see that right down here is fertile land. Now fertile land is good for carrots, cotton and that kind of stuff, but a chicken farm doesn't need fertile land. So this is actually very good. We're also going to need to make use later on of this. And what is also a good thing about making our stuff on this shore and or right down here is that we're going to provide all of the stuff for the industrial area. Now right down here there is a ginormous piece, and it's going to be a little bit of a shame because all of our industry pollution is going to go that way. I'm not quite sure if this will affect fertile ground. I can imagine it will affect the production in the end. So sooner or later we're going to need to expand that way for all of our farm industry, and all of the iron and oil and that kind of stuff we're going to need to look in this side. There's a very big piece down here. Now I've also noticed outside the map, there is so much of that stuff we cannot get there. Maybe in the future with some mods, but there is enough to be found right down here. So long story short, let's just start off with this chicken industry, and I'm just gonna build this right down here. And I'm actually also wondering if there is like, what do you call them? You know, where they just sell chicken meat, like a chicken meat store. I am going to place this guy on this side of the road because I want to reduce the amount of traffic here. And we're just going to make this nicely along the line. We cannot go in here, but we can go as far as possible. And then just like down there. And this one I just need to figure out later on because this one needs to be done first. It is a little bit gridded up, which is very nice. I like to have things gridded up a bit, so you know, square stuff looks better than just going into a circle, which we do have the option for. And it's not too unrealistic to have farms close up to the city. And what I can do now is just let the game lead the Galdens for 90 here and 90 here. I think this is just perfect. So now we have a chicken farm. Now, chicken farm doesn't like noise pollution. A city also doesn't like noise pollution. So I'm going to keep in mind to place buildings here that doesn't produce a lot of noise pollution. Of course, this guy also creates his own noise pollution, but there is a difference between 1 and 3, right? And the noise pollution at this moment, this is the noise pollution for that. But these guys, I'm not sure if this is worse or not. So let's just take a look what it does. Yeah, there is not much going on here. We do have, yeah, that going on. So blue is low and then the colors pop up, which makes it somewhere around here. But these guys eventually create more noise pollution because of the traffic also, which will be this one right down here. This one is for the sources. So at this moment, this one is orange, which create a lot of noise pollution by the orange stuff. These ones for now are yellow. And I would swear in my private play, these guys were complaining about the industrial noise. So there is a little bit of playing around need in this game anyways for that. We'll be fine in the end. So I would like to place another chicken production. The thing is we can actually not see just yet how much we need. But I'm pretty sure we're going to need to have at least 2 of these farms. So for right now, let's just add in another chicken farm. And this will also create jobs for people. So that's not a bad thing. And about this stuff here, I'm just going to, you know, remove it. We did like a little test to see how big of a buildings we could create. I kind of know by now, everything starts minimal 2 by 2, except for these guys. These row ones are the only one who can be 1 by 2. It is also going to be handy to create smaller buildings and larger buildings diversity. And there is so much more with this game. It is absolutely crazy. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to maximize this out. I'm looking at the left side. I just want to have the circle underneath the bridge. Because like I said, I like square stuff. And in this case, I'm just going to crank this course here. And then let's just do it there, there, because once we need to expand the key wall, we're going to need to take care that it's not going to complain about, you know, this stuff. And then we have a second one, which is a larger one, and then we're gonna have like 2 carrot farms right down here, which I think will look very nice. Now I could eventually remove this road. I just have to think about this, because production wise, the chicken farm will have its vehicle going like this, like that, and then go over, because like I've been saying, I am not sure if the stuff needs to be here too. But let's just take a little look at it. And I've also been reading that if you have too much of the same stuff, you're going to need to remove some stuff if it starts complaining. So there is a lot of clothing, convenience, food. Companies produce goods and services, both material and immaterial, but it doesn't really say like vegetables. But I have been seeing right down here that one of these dudes, like wood, timber, yeah, livestock. So it requires chickens and then it produces convenience food. So yeah. This stuff eventually needs to go there. And I think it's a good way to industry, low industry, and then housing, because these guys do not really harm any much than just a little bit of noise. Right, another thing that I'm going to need to do is take care for a police station. We can build this guy actually right down here, because it doesn't have any expansions on the outside to say. It does have expansions on top of it, but for now this is fine as it is. And we're going to have a fire station. Now, what I could be doing here actually, I'm just trying to visualize something. I kind of feel like we could place some buildings here. That might be nice. But I also feel like the fire station, at least the smaller one, should not be too far from anything else. So if I place it here, they need to go all the way there, and then it's gonna be too late. Now I'm thinking about it. I have this little thing with New York I'm thinking about, right? So what we could be doing, for an example, let me just see something here. If we would place it here, or maybe here would even be better, then it can go quickly /is to this neighborhood. It can go right down here, and it could go right down here, right? Let's just do that. We're going to place this guy right out here for now, because I'm going to see expansion wise. Yeah, this is going to be on top, so that will be fine. Now I do see that let me just check something. And by the way, moving does cost money. I thought it didn't. You know, let's just leave it here. Let's just leave it here. For this though, I'm just going to add in some beautiful trees and bushes. Or at least some trees. I think this will look very nice. It's nice on the central spot. Alright, now that is done, we should eventually start also thinking about expanding our tiles, right? I'm just going to let it roll. Yes, there is demand, but you don't always have to go crazy with things. And I'm thinking about it. Let's just these middle spots will be shopping stores alone anyways. So that's fine, right? And we also should take care that we create small things like this. And oh, I didn't see that. Hang on for a moment. Oh, I thought this was connected up with the road. Let's just redo that for a second, because like that. Then maybe I'm going to need to redo this one. You know, it is fine. What I wanted to do is something that I can also do right down here. I want to take care that there are smaller buildings, big buildings, because some people have been saying that when you make like a ginormous building, it's more like a Walmart or a Home Depot type of deal, which is very, very large. So about expanding stuff, we're going to need to take a look at natural resources. So we have oil here, which we're not going to use. I'm actually looking for a stone mine, and there isn't really any stone mine in the area. Now, I am actually wondering, well, maybe it's logic, but yeah, it creates noise pollution and air pollution and ground pollution, so that's very bad. This one only noise pollution. This one it doesn't say so, but it's obvious. Okay, so we click on stone mine, and yeah, it is pretty much in the mountains. Yeah, I don't want to build it here because that's bad. That is way too far away. I think this comes close, and I'm also thinking that it's okay, because I think that the pollution stuff, yeah, it's gonna go that way, so it's fine. So in this case, let's just unlock a nice tile right down there. And I have to keep in mind, I only have a certain amount of tiles though. I do believe that one tile can fit one circle, which, you know, when you place any of these guys where you have like a circle, it's one tile. So this one is enough for that. I could be unlocking like all 4 of these and then place it in the middle. But for now, I'm just going to do this and that. So this is at least what we need. And now we're going to need to move the stuff up, which brings a problem, because I can do this on that one. And then it's like, oh no, you cannot do that. So this is future expansion, because we need to focus on that. So let's unlock this already. And sooner or later, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we could do. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is slight, but it's not gonna be good. I think it is good anyways if at some point we're gonna make this highway straight. And yeah, or at least straight as much as possible. And then like have like a split off like this way. I think it would be for the best. So for now, more I cannot do if it's about tiling and stuff. We can do a little bit more housing, this and that. I'm just going to fill in the blank like crazy. Last time I've been saying that I wanted to have like, you know, 1 by 2 of these ones. I changed my mind. I want to have any houses over there. So in this case, I'm going to start out here. And I was also saying I want to have these guys. Slide is the same. About the length. Goes right down here. It stops. Alright, so also, like I have been saying, I want to change something here. I would like to add in some buildings for those folks. In order to, you know, buy more of this and buy more of that. So I'm just going to get rid of 2 of these, right? Demolish these buildings. And then I would like to create some smaller builds. I want to have this guy here. This guy is going to be on that one. And we're going to create a walkway like that. And people can walk like this to that or pretty much around. Once these guys are in building mode, we can create another 2 of these. But these guys provide people to buy some stuff here and there. I think that's very nice. And I want to actually fill in the edge also down here until where the bridge starts. Move all of these guys. And I think that will be nice though. Alright, anything else? We're just trying to fill in the blank here and there. Now this guy can go here. This is gonna be... Ooh, that's the same problem I had before. I see. I'm really going to be careful with the roading though. But I can also do maybe that. It will accept it, or one large one. And then we can create like some smaller ones in here. It will be 3 of 2 by 2. Now parking spots is also going to be an important role. And as you see down here, I got tons of demand for commercial, but it's not right away accepting it. I think is kind of funny though. Maybe what I can be doing here is just I'm not sure. I wonder something. Can I actually place a parking spot, which I need to unlock apparently? At 4, so let's unlock these. And then yeah, I can. So let's just place a parking spot right down here already, and then we can lead ourselves for the buildings. So we can place this one there. And parking spots, ooh, we want to make some money, so I'm going to put this on 25 bucks for a day ticket. All right, you can stand there the whole day. Now also, of course, we need to keep an eye out on the industry, and also the industry is going to need to have a little bit of attention. And for now, I'm just going to, you know, fill in this blank by itself. Later on, I want to do a couple of, you know, playing around things, which gives me the opportunity to create smaller buildings and reasons for that. Might sound confusing what I'm trying to say here, but it will make sense at some point. I just want to have like little pathways going like between in. And by doing so, create a couple of smaller buildings, and then I'm going to take the paint bucket and fill in the other blanks. That will help a lot too. Alright, the garbage disposal is fine. Now, once again, why aren't these dudes growing? Got all the needs you need, but nothing happening here. So, how about this one? And just fill in the blank. Yep, that's going to be a massive boy down there. This one here. Yeah, I need to be so careful with fixing certain things. Right, so here will be farmland, nice and open. And then, let's just pause it for a second. Let me just remove all of these. Don't like it at all. My English there for a second. Oh, no. Please, undo. Okay, right, okay. Whew. I wish, yeah, you can do other mouse button. but oh well. I thought I seen like something that I could be doing, but I was wrong. Now in this case, you're gonna make a larger one, which splits up. Let the game play a little bit like what they want. Having different buildings and stuff is also a nicer thing to see, right? Just play around, create something. Now here we are close at the highway, and at some point people are going to be sick of this highway. Now at some point I believe I should be able to make a wall. Walls mitigate noise created by highways. You know what? Maybe for safety reasons I'm going to need to just do this down here and later on check for the other stuff. Now also, like I've been saying, we need to think of smaller houses. Oh, and we got a pop musician mansion. Now what would be an incredible spot for a musician mansion? I'm actually thinking maybe right down here near the water. Is that this one? Yeah, pop musician mansion. Let's just plop this guy right down in here and let's have a look at it. Wow, that's amazing. That's like a horse range, like an outdoor seating, a little shed, pushy, and the important thing, it gives +2 well-being within 500 meters. Now for the Americans that are using other things than the metric system, I'm just gonna do this. 500 meters is, well, 5 or 4. You get the idea. This is like 500 meters. And this is exactly 1 kilometer. So maybe that gives you an idea how long that is. Alright. Now as you can see down here, I'm just basically just dropping some here and some there. A lot what you hear about is corner stores, which makes a lot of sense. It has like a good spot onto the road. I'm gonna add in a little one here. You know, maybe I shouldn't care too much about this farming. Maybe chickens would like to, yeah, like to buy some stuff. Going to be really silly here. Just spread them out. You know what? There's going to be 1 store in here, and then we might be able to add later in a little park down there. All right, in this case, let's add some more of this. Let's add some more of that. But in this case, I want to see if I can create a ginormous one down here. That looks ginormous. There we go. That is going to be an absolute unit. Now, what I've been hearing is that people say that buildings will get the same height as, well, it looked like it didn't. I wanted to say as the crane, or maybe at least like 3/4 of a crane, it looked like with this one. Alright, also another thing that I would like to do slowly but surely is stop messing around with the terrain for too much. I am going to like flatten out certain areas, but I would like to have no more cliffing, because sooner or later the land is only going to go up and up and up. So I will have to think of a way to just cut this down. Maybe I can just, you know, go up here to say. Have 1 road that goes down, connected up here, and of course here, or maybe we just have to see what we're gonna do. But like I've been saying, I am going to focus a little bit on, you know, flattening out certain areas. So I want to have another neighborhood that goes right down here, and then we're gonna get this whole flat stuff. But what we could do here is just play around with it for a little bit. And for example, I could take maybe this height here, like that, mirror it all over the place. Grab this one a little bit off. That. And yeah, make something here and then just try to lower the between areas. Or at least make it smooth is what I'm trying to say here. So we're going to make another one here. I'm just going to lay out a nice road. Now with this view, you might be able to not see a lot of it, but the terrain is changing a lot. You might be able to see it a little bit down here, but if I undo this and look like this, you can definitely see that the terrain is slightly changing. So now let's also hope that it will look good. So the first thing I am going to do is just add in a row of 3 right down here, and add in a row of 3 right down there, and then at some point we will see if it worked or not. I'm also going to add in 1 down here and 1 down here. Alright, that will go as it goes. The only demand we have for now is the medium density. So let's just add in some of these stuff. Yes, can do this one. Like that. Beautiful. One here. And this is basically what I also meant with the industrial area. And holy moly, have I been making this so bad down here. You know, sometimes it happens for whatever reason. But yeah, industrial area, you can see I created a couple of buildings here. And then I can just fill in the blank and then let the game lead for this area. Now, this down here. Ah, man, I'm just going to need to add a whole row. Yeah, well, the thing is we're going to need to have a lot of these guys. So let's just fill in a whole row. This will go by itself, and then we have like a nice street of these kind of houses. Even though I am wondering like how in the end is that will this look, you know? Ooh, what is going on? Oh god. Okay, so from this angle, oh snap. The hell, game. Yeah, we have a nice view onto this wall down here. How is money-wise going? We're losing a lot, more than we did at the beginning, but it's also basically because of that stuff. We could maybe unlock a thing or two here and there. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put the game on full roll because I would like to at least reach number 4. Oh, and we have a Corundum Condos, a modern classic that puts a smile on faces of its inhabitants. So yeah, these special buildings really add a lot to the whole show. Plus for well-being within a kilometer. Holy moly. Now, I have been warned that these buildings can also cause problems. And these problems are based on, like, if people are too happy, the rent will be too high. And then, you know, crying out loud. So in this case, I'm just gonna go for prettiness. And for prettiness, I want to place this... Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to. Game has other plans for today. But game, I want to have this guy right down there. Look at it. Let's just calmly play it. Have a look at this building. Because holy smokes, look at it. Okay. It's Friday, alright? Craziness day. Yeah, look at it. That is a wonderful building. We got like a little fountain down here. And look at the details. You can see every scratch and bits and ups and bumps. Are there coins in this fountain? That would be cool if you see a couple of coins laying around. Alright, but we have now reached it. The Grand Village. Now progressing might going to be a little bit slow at some point, and holy moly, a lot of people are having trouble. Why are you having trouble? 0 out of something in use. Now why is that? I mean, there is road access. Oh wait, these are dead care, I get you. Which 8 cars are out. Gathering. Okay, not too bad. Not too good either. So yeah, we now slowly get into certain things, alright? We have unlocked some parks, so I could check this out, but it's difficult with this, not just the overlay, but if I press I, it's difficult to see, but apparently there's also a trick, and this trick is if you turn the snapping off and right click, there we go, you can already see that the pathway would like to snap, right? And now this is not straight, but you know, you can just play around with it. I don't think I'm going to use this much though, but you can make things longer for whatever reasons, right? So we also have this park, have a little playground, and a little playground is going to be very nice in a couple of spots. So for an example, happen to be empty. Look at all these folks. These grown-ups are going to be so happy to play in the little sand pit. Now, near the hospital, I think it would be very nice for, you know, children to just wait out here while the parents are getting a prostate exam. Oh, little things like that. Now, we also unlocked this, which is new for me. So these are just tourism type of deal, I think, and attractiveness. Now these are absolutely crazy, and some of them cost a lot. We have like a Ferris wheel. We also have a botanical garden, and apparently with this botanical garden you can have a look indoors, which like it's so crazy. Now I don't really mean like look indoors as in, you know, from the outside. There is actually an inside, and this might explain the whole reason why this game is being so heavy. Right, we're not gonna place this guy right now because it's gonna cost us a couple of $1 billion to upkeep. And we also have transportation. Transportation is gonna be very important. We got taxi depot, we got buses, and this eventually should also help providing enough customers here, and of course drop these people off to work. Gonna be a lot of fun, like really a lot of fun. I'm not going to wait too long to put episode 3 up. There's gonna be a little bit of islands, gonna be a little bit of this, that, and slowly I wanna, you know, implement more of these main games. So yeah, we're going to do some forest industry, and we're going to do this one. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I have to close it off right down here, and then yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. And if you have some naming for streets or even districts at some point, which we can do right now, then you can also let me know down below in the comment section. There's one thing I'm going to slash is do off camera. I'm just going to place this, yeah, what is it called? Tarwe? No, not English. Grain. Tarwe is Dutch. Silly me. Okay, I'm just gonna place this guy out here because the fields are going to